Hello from Burma. I hope all of you enjoyed a very nice Navarathri. We have come to the end of yet another Navarathri. I remember a person I knew who used to say, for something else, they would say, yet another other thing. So, yet another other Navarathri is over now. I was talking to Music Box and I was remembering one of my old incidents which happened during Navratri. Then Music Box immediately said, "Oh, you have to make a video and put it on YouTube." So this is what happened. Now I'm 53 years old. From the time I remember, I have been attending all the 9 days concerts at the Navaratri festival at the Navarathri Mantapam in Trivandrum. I used to listen casually, passively as a child, but by the time I was in almost just below my teenage, I started listening very seriously. That is from late 70s, early 80s onwards. I had never missed a single day. The years passed, and as a singer, I used to practice too much or drink cold things, which I still do. And sometimes, mostly when I practice too much, I would get a sore throat, and the sore throat will become a cold, and it will become a cough, and it will become a chest infection, and it will be a big problem. So 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I would be out of action. So this happens even now, not much, but it does happen. So at that time, we had a family doctor. So once I was driving on the road and I saw my doctor walk up the hill. My house is on top of a hill. So then, just like that, I stopped the car and I told the doctor, "You know, doctor, now I haven't seen you for so many months because I've not been sick at all." So it was like tempting fate. The next day, and at that time Navaratri had just started, so I developed a viral fever. I had never had viral fever before, so I didn't know what it was. So I was shivering and I had a headache and felt really bad, so I took a medicine for that. So evening I had a concert, Navarathri Mantapam. I had a Veena concert that day. So after the I managed somehow. I had a crocin or something, and at night I couldn't sleep because I was shivering so much and I was feverish. So then I didn't know what to do. And next morning, as an offering, I was giving a singing concert in the Navarathri Mandapam. I hadn't slept at all, and the morning I went to the temple. I was just so tired that my eyes were just closing. And on the way back home, my old car decided to stop. So it just stopped in the middle of the road. And here I was with viral fever, and I didn't know it was viral fever at that time. So then I pushed the car by myself. It's a Maruti Omni, so it was easy to push. So I left it on the roadside and came home. Then I had breakfast. Then I sat down to sing at the Navarathri Mandapam, and I couldn't open my eyes. So it was just like I could, because of years of practice, I could sing, but I just couldn't open my eyes. So after around 2 songs, then finally eyes opened, and I managed the concert. Then I came back home, and in the afternoon I went to bed. So the bed is one old old cot which is hundreds of years old. It has a lot of wooden things. So because I was shivering so much, the wood was making sound chak, 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 like that. So then I felt really scared. I had never experienced anything like that at that time. So I called my family and my parents and said, I feel really unwell and worried. I don't know what's happening to me. So they all know that I'm very scared of hospitals and doctors and needles and all. They said, "Oh, if you're unwell, then we'll take you to hospital." So I said, "Yes, I want to go to hospital." So they were really surprised when I said I want to go to hospital. So I went to hospital, and by the time I reached the hospital, I couldn't even get out of the car. So they had to kind of pull me and put me in a wheelchair, and like that I went. This must have been around 20 years ago, I think. So then they checked, and I had very low platelet count, and they said we have to put a drip. So they put a drip here, and I was hospitalized. So I lay in bed. The fever and the headache and the weakness was relentless. It just went on. I didn't feel like eating or drinking anything. So, and 2 young ladies would come 3 times a day and take my blood. So here, everywhere. It was full of needle marks. And I was scared of needles, but I was too tired to protest. So they were taking my blood to check the platelet count, which had gone dangerously low. That's why they put this thing for a drip catheter in case I would be needed to be given drip or whatever. So one day, 2 days passed and same level. It was not dropping, but it was not rising at all. And then this is why Music Box asked me to make this video. One of my music students came and visited me in hospital, and I swear to you, I'm not making this up. In my room, there must have been around 7 to 800 CDs, audio CDs. So I told the student, there's a CD player, she knew where it was. And there's this particular CD which is sitting in that particular location. Please take that and give it to my father or somebody who can bring it to me in hospital. So then I was 100% sure. If you believe me, you can. If you don't believe me, you need not. But I swear to you, I was 100% sure that if I heard one particular song by a particular person, I would be fine. So there was no medication. I was just under observation with drip, or I don't know what was happening. I was just lying in bed, that's all. So I got the CD, and it was a song by Kundan Lal Saigal. So Kundan Lal Saigal was one of the greatest personalities India had ever seen. He would star in movies and sing songs himself. So whatever Saigal video you watch, it is not playback. He's actually singing in front of the camera. So he had never accepted playback from anybody. He had never given playback to anybody either. He was functional for a very short period in his life. But if you ask Lata Mangeshkar or Asha Bhosle or Kishore Kumar or Mohammed Rafi or Manna Dey or Talat Mahmood or Hemant Kumar, they all sound so different. But if you ask them, who's your favorite singer, most of them would say Saigal. So, and it is not because of nostalgia or some bhakti, but it's because of merit only. There's something so elemental, so essential, so pure, so precious, so beautiful, so vital. It's just unbelievable what this man had. But all the movie songs and the ghazals, they were written by other people, music was composed by other people. But Saigal, for his own personal pleasure, he used to write shairi, poetry also. And only one of his own compositions survive, the lyrics and music by him. There it is a devotee who's in search of God, who searches in the forest, in the mountain, in the sea, everywhere, looking, searching for God. But finally he says, you close bahar ki naina, you close your external eyes and open the eyes of your heart, and then you find that God is there within you. It's a very, very cute and beautiful song. So I got the CD. I played the same, I was like that only, but again and again I would rewind, just play it again and again. I think 25-30 times I played the same song. And next morning, 5 o'clock, the two beautiful ladies came with their needle, and I said, you won't need to take my blood again after this time, because the reading will be totally different. They said, you haven't taken any medicine? Okay. So 5 o'clock they poked me, and by 9:30 they came again and said, we have to take your blood again. So I said, why, what's the problem? No, there's something wrong with the reading. I said, no, there's nothing wrong with the reading. That is the correct reading. It must have shown that the platelet counts have gone up and it's fine, right? Yeah. So I said, no, that's absolutely fine. They said, no, it can't be after night, 11 o'clock, between 6 o'clock, couldn't have changed so much. I said, yes, it has changed, but they forced me and took my blood again. And the third time they came, we have to take your blood. I said, no way. Because then they said, what did you do? They were all so shocked. So then I said, it's difficult to explain, but I knew that if I listen to this song, I'll be fine. And I listened to that song and I was fine. Next day I was discharged. I was very weak after the viral fever. Took me several days to get back to my normal energy level. But this one song, I still don't know what made me feel that if I listen to that song, that particular song by Saigal, I would be fine. And I heard that and I was fine. So today, as Navaratri comes to a close, let me share this song with you. Rather than sing it, rather than me singing it, I'll play Saigal's version. So
मैं बैठी थी फुलवारी में, एक सखी आ गई और बोली, क्या सोच है तुमको, बोलो तो हूँ बहन तुम्हारी मुँह बोली। कुछ कह न सकी, कुछ कह न सकी, मुँह तकत रही, कुछ कह न सकी, मुँह तकत रही। नैनों से चली असुमन टोली, नैनों से चली असुमन टोली, चलते चलते वही बोल गई, चलते चलते वही बोल गई। सखी कौन देश राजे पियरा, सखी कौन देश राजे पियरा, सखी कौन देश राजे। वो सुनते ही खामोश हुई और नैन भय बोरान सखी। वो सुनते ही खामोश हुई और नैन भय बोरान सखी। मैं चाहा उसको चेत करूं, था जाने उसको मान सकी। जब होश हुई तब कहने लगे, जब होश हुई तब कहने लगे, यही था मुझको भी ध्यान सके, यही था मुझको भी ध्यान सके। और यही मैं कहने वाली थी, और यही मैं कहने वाली थी। कौन देश राजे पियरा, सखी कौन देश राजे पियरा, सखी कौन देश राजे। हाय सखी कौन देश राजे पियरा, सखी कौन देश राजे पियरा, सखी कौन देश राजे पियरा। कुछ ना समझी क्या कहे सखी है, बिन जाने ढूंढन चल निकली। जंगल उपवन त्रिभुवन ढूंढा, पर कहीं न उसके टेर मिली। आखिर थक कर मैं बैठ गई, आखिर थक कर मैं बैठ गई, आखिर थक कर मैं बैठ गई। और लगी पूछने कहो कोई और, लगी पूछने कहो कोई सुंदर छवि जिसकी कहते हैं वो कौन देश राजे पियरा, वो कौन देश राजे पियरा, वो कौन मन ने तब मन ने मीठी बात कही, तब मन ने मीठी बात कही, क्यों तूने इतनी बात कही, घर बैठे पी पा सकती थी, मैं विधि बताऊं वो क्या थी। बाहर के नैना मूंद सखी, बाहर के नैना मूंद सखी, और नैन हृदय के खोल सके, और नैन हृदय के खोल सके, अब अपने मुंह से बोल सके, अब अपने मुंह से बोल सकी। सखी कौन देश राजे, पिया राज की कौन देश राजे।
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this rare and precious and such a beautiful song by the great Kundan Lal Saigal. Wish you all a very happy Navratri.